What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. In this box is a very, very special collab between Koori and Ning. Ning is a Chinese manufacturer who makes a ton of basketball shoes, football boots, all that stuff. They sponsor Dwayne Wade actually as well, I'm pretty sure, in the basketball space. So these are actually a pair of turf boots that are so exciting, and this is all thanks to a subscriber slash follower, Hongbo, who, and I apologize if I've mispronounced your name. He reached out to me and said, you have to try these. These are incredible. So without him, these would not happen. So thank you so, so much. So let's hop into the unboxing. Now, this is the Ning or Ning box. So you get this really cool graphic with some of these, like, I don't know, like comic book type pictures and any sort of like some of the writing and stuff as well. You basically get that all over the box, which is really, really cool. And then you have like number one here, you've got a little racket there, you've got a little like soda pop bottle there, there's a basketball, a little water bottle, a little heart with a heart rate monitor, all that stuff. Here is the sizing chart. So similar to some other brands, they do the sizing chart, and then everything is in a language other than the turf ground soccer shoes. I can't read anything else on this other than that these are a 9.5 US. So per Hongbo's recommendation, half size up is going to fit perfectly for these. So these are a 9 US and a Euro 43 and a 27 centimeters. So notice that a 27 centimeters, for instance, in Mizuno is actually a 9 US, whereas a 27 in the Ning or Ning, I'm going to say Ning. I think that sounds right. Anyway, okay, let's get these unboxed. I'm sure you guys are interested as much as I am in what these look like. Oh, nice. Okay, so right away, we get a pair of soccer socks. So little Koori. Oh, also, really quick note before we hop into this. Koori, Koori, I think, or Koori, is a massive soccer store in the area of Changsha in northern China. So that's the collab that they did, was with this particular soccer store. So you'll see that referenced in the colorway with the kind of orange and teal blue, really beautiful orange and blue. And yeah, so you'll see that throughout the entire boot, as well as some of the really interesting characters on the different sides of the boot. So yeah, you get soccer socks, which is awesome. These don't look like grip socks, but they definitely look like a nice pair. I'll actually just unbox these really quick. There you go. Actually pretty decent. Yeah, nice and padded. Got some really cool texturing on here, and you've got your left and your right shoe are actually, or left and right one are actually different colors. That's sweet. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get those out of the way. And then here we go. Oh, sick. Okay, so there you go. So that's Koori. And you get a little shoehorn because these are a fully knit. Wow. God, these look so cool. I'm usually not a fan of high top football boots, but I gotta admit, these ones are pretty freaking awesome looking. There you go. And you'll notice some really interesting details on these as well, including what's right there, which is insane for a turf shoe. Very, very soft knit pattern as well. So I'll get these out of the box. There's the other one with the little explanation, kind of the tech card, if you will, which we'll get through in a second. And then these also come with a string bag, which is awesome. So there you go. So this is really cool. So there's the homage to Changsha and the Koori spot, and you have the little QR code for the shop. My guess is that's what that is. And then you have the boots right there. Very cool little custom bag. Very similar quality to like a Nike bag or anything like that. So definitely very nice. And insane also to have with a turf model. How ridiculous is that? Okay, so these are the Koori and Ning. They're called Ying. I believe that's how you pronounce that. So the Ying is actually the name of this particular silo with the really high cut collar and this really nice mesh upper. So from a tech perspective, It's fairly simple. You've got a really unique texturing around the entire thing, but that texture is actually just part of the knit. So similar to, let's say, a GX2, for instance, that or a Luna 2, for instance, that have those kind of waves in it. I'll actually grab, I have the pair of pink ones here. So there you go. So you can see like this is actually built into the upper. These are like woven into the upper. It's the same with the texturing of the Ying as well. So all this texture you're gonna feel when you touch the ball. You've got a nice set of laces as well, just like a nice cotton lace. Really high cut collar. I think this is the highest collar I've ever seen on a football boot before, but ideally this makes the sensation between this mesh-based upper of the boot itself and the knit of this collar area really seamless, really nice, with kind of no distractions at all. Now, this is the stud pattern as well, but honestly, the stud pattern looks totally fine. I'm not really fussed about the stud pattern at all, but one of the things that, or two of the things I should say, that are super interesting about this sole plate that, by the way, this is a turf model. This isn't even a regular firm ground model, but they take their turf boots apparently very seriously. There is a carbon fiber plate in this boot. You can see the carbon fiber. Hopefully that comes through on camera. There'll be some slow-mo of this boot as well. So you guys will see kind of the reflection, but there's actual carbon fiber plate that sits basically from here all the way up to about there. And then you've got a decent amount of, like a little bit of flexibility through there. But this is a carbon plate that is super strong and super stable through the midfoot. And then here in the rear foot, they've put some of their cushioning technology basically in the heel. So you get a nice, it actually feels a lot like a Boost or any sort of other, like, how would you say, like running shoe technology basically in that heel. The idea is that when you play on harder surfaces, the carbon fiber gives you a really nice responsive feeling underfoot as you're pushing off, but then anybody who does heel striking or for deceleration as you kind of decel and plant, the little bit of a cushioning technology is going to be fantastic as well. So now on to the really exciting stuff. So obviously these look pretty cool, I think. I think they look super high tech and super futuristic. They also have a ton of tech in them as well. This little tag, which I'll go through right now, doesn't have a ton in English. Oh, here we go. Lining Boom technology is a self-developed revolutionary midsole material. It is formulated through a supercritical fluid foaming process, which significantly reduces the weight of the midsole compared to traditional materials. With a noticeable boost in rebound performance and extended service life, it greatly enhances the functionality of the product. The midsole is tuned to adapt to the competitive needs of different sports, ranging from running, basketball, and badminton to table tennis, etc., providing athletes with superior performance support in all disciplines. Okay, so that is really, really interesting. So as I said before, like running shoes, they'll use it, Lining uses it in all of their kind of performance shoes, basically as like a cushioning, really nice. You're going to get a lot of really good underfoot feel and kind of bounciness from these, which I think is really, really cool. It's insane to me that this is like a turf shoe. Like there isn't this much technology in more than half of the actual football boots that pros wear, like on the normal market, and yet this brand in China has produced this like insanely high-tech turf shoe that is just amazing. I love that. I think that's so cool. Okay, and this is why also I love what I do, because I get people like Hongbo who come out of the woodwork and say, hey, I've got something that I think you would really enjoy. This is super high-tech. Get on this. And I was like, yes. And he actually sent me these. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't thank you enough. This is so cool. And then you have the carbon fiber plate here as well. So you got a little carbon fiber plate, and I'll read through all these because I think they're so interesting as well. I totally nerd out about this stuff. You can obviously skip forward to the on feet portion, but if you're a proper boot nerd, stick around. All right, so this says carbon fiber plate is made from carbon fiber that is lighter in weight and stronger than traditional TPU material. TPU is the kind of synthetic or plasticky type material that most sole plates are made out of. traditional TPU material, which provides good rigidity and strength. This helps to provide superior support and force transfer during athletic activities, thus reducing energy loss during exercise and improving performance. Lovely. And you can see there the carbon fiber plate is like right through the midfoot. And then you have Turf RB or Tough RB, which as you can see is back in the heel basically. So Tough RB is a high abrasion resistant rubber with better performance than typical rubber. Its efficiency improves the durability of the sole, thereby extending the lifespan of the shoe. So my guess is that they're talking about this material that's been lasted in this kind of like turf, like TF turf pattern is the same material that they'll put on the very bottom of their other types of performance shoes. So like tennis, volleyball, badminton, like all that stuff to create a really nice and durable. And to be fair, they feel super, super durable as well. So very, very cool there. One of the things that I wanted to get into really quick, and this is another really nerdy thing, is as you can see, there are characters in the Changsha dialect here on the inside of each of the heel areas. They are different, and then there is a different one as well on the insole. So I'll take each one out. There you go. Okay, so here we go. So also, that is so cool. Custom color with the characters here, the message here, which I'll go over in just a second, and then the Changsha skyline, which is just amazing. Okay, so let's take this all out and I'll show you guys what this all actually means. And so here we go. So I've got this all down, beautiful. And then there's this one as well. Let's actually move this over a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get into this right now. Okay, so I'm not gonna try and attempt to actually pronounce what the in that dialect. I'm going to totally screw up what it says, but I will spell it for you in the English spelling, and then I'm going to tell you what the translation actually refers to. This is so cool, and I'm really excited to get into this. Okay, so with the right heel area, DENG space DOU, so that's what this character means. And so this right heel character is an adjective describing a person who is determined to do something. That's usually a good thing. So players, Hongbo actually said it was players like myself when I was playing fullback that chase down a winger and have a very determined mentality. So that's what that's what it's used for, is somebody that is determined to do something good. The right insole, so these characters here are BA space DE space MAN. It is also an adjective that kind of shares the same meaning as the last one, just using a different scenario. So this is to refer to players that are always running nonstop, fearless, always going for that 50-50, always winning the 50-50, and gonna put their body on the line. So that's what this character is, that's what that means. Okay, so then the left heel, which is here. So these characters, AO space TEI. This one is an interesting one because these two characters literally means in English, like the direct translation is quote unquote sexy legs or strong legs. And you can use it as an adjective as well, and means a person who is capable of doing things. It's often used to describe CR7 in many instances, as he has an amazing physique, amazing legs, if you will. So that's what these mean. And then the left insole is the final one, and this is NAI space DE space FAN, is an adjective describing a person who is extremely patient. Those are all good words when we recognize a person's good qualities back in my hometown, which is what Hongbo said. So this is basically someone who's extremely patient, who takes their time, who's simple, who's elegant, all that stuff. This is the character or the words that you would use to describe a player like Toni Kroos, for example, or Busquets maybe, like very simple, very elegant. So how freaking awesome is that? Like, this is such an incredible, I think this is like, from a tech feature perspective, amazing. The thought that was put into this boot that makes it like a regional specific thing is so cool. I think this is just absolutely epic. It is absolutely one of my favorite reviews I think that I've done so far, particularly because it just has so much to talk about and there's so much tech in this boot. Now for the really interesting part, let's get these on feet and see how they fit. They have quite a wide shape to them and quite a nice flat wide shape, and this is like a pretty nice and soft upper. So my guess is these are gonna fit really, really well. Let's hop into it. All right, guys, welcome to the backyard. We have the Ning Ying, which is this really, really cool looking turf shoe. I am very excited to try these on. I think these are gonna be an absolute killer when it comes to technology and comfort, performance, all that stuff. So let's get them on feet. They look so good in my opinion. I love this sort of, I don't even know how you would describe this, like Miami vibe type colorway with this orange and the blue. They just look so good. And I love those touches of the characters on either side of the heel and on the insole that, of course, share different types of players and different ways of talking about footballers as well. So getting these on is going to be a little bit more difficult, but if you guys have tried any of the OG Nike boots, you will know that, oh, nice. Okay, very, very cool. These are very much reminiscent of like the OG Obra 1 and Superfly 4 from a height perspective. I am so impressed with how these fit straight out of the box. Wow. Oh my days. I kind of hope they make this boot in a futsal version because I'm going to be playing futsal soon and would love a pair of these. Holy moly. Okay. Wow. I'm so impressed. So this mesh upper is just fantastic as far as the way that it wraps your foot. It feels incredible. From a size perspective, these are a 9.5 US. The fit is pretty perfect in my opinion. Boots go up right about, I have about a half a thumb's width on the end, which is totally fine. That's perfect for me because that will allow my foot from a width perspective to feel really, really nice and comfortable in there, which it does already. One of the things that I notice straight out of the box is look how low profile that toe box is. It is so narrow, at not narrow this way, but narrow, like it's like a wedge. It's super low profile, and I love how flat and nice that feels on feet. It just feels so secure and makes you feel, I don't know, very, very secure inside the boots. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. The collar feels good as well. The material on the collar is actually quite robust, and it does give you a really nice wrapped sensation. It's quite a lot more elastic than other collars that I've tried on in a while. This collar probably is most similar to the New Balance Tequila V4 Plus collar. Yes, it's a little bit higher, but it's got that same like really nice and tight elastic feeling that doesn't feel too tight, but it just feels that perfect amount of security so that you get this really nice seamless sensation between the lower part of your leg, your ankle, and your foot, which is awesome. So here are the Koori collaboration with Ning for this beautiful, beautiful Ying boot. Ying boot, excuse me. And yeah, wow. Honestly, I am so impressed with how these fit and feel. There is a fantastic amount of feel on the ground, which is great. And in the heel area with that lining, basically like a cushion technology in that heel area that I showed you earlier. You can see there in the heel, there's that cutout that has the little kind of foam opening, basically. You can feel that in the heel area. And then the carbon plate, I don't think I can feel it, just standing here necessarily, just from a snapback perspective, but the boots feel so planted and so secure. I'm very impressed. Like, honestly, these are probably some of the best turf boots I've ever tried on my feet from a knit or synthetic perspective. Obviously, the other ones that I have reviewed on my channel already are the Mizuno Morelia Salas. Those are an incredible pair of turf boots, but anything from Everything from the sole plate, the outsole, and the midsole in these, I think is superior in pretty much every way because of how robust and how much technology they've put into this pair of turf boots. So here is the boots on feet. They look incredible, honestly. All white with the accent colors just always hits, in my opinion. They are definitely like a high top. They almost feel like a high top basketball shoe in some respects just because of how high they are. But for a turf model, I honestly don't mind. And I think they fit perfectly. They feel so good. Half a size up actually fits great. So Hongbo, who recommended these and sent these out to me, great recommendation on the sizing. I would probably say if you have a narrower foot, going true to size, if my, I usually wear a 9 US, I went 9.5 US in these ones, and for a little bit of a wider foot shape, they fit perfectly, with a tiny bit of extra space on the end, which I'm totally fine with. These will break in great. If you have a narrower foot, I would probably go true to size with your normal US sizing. Touch on the ball. This, I'm so excited about this. Oh my days. Yeah, these are, as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of like mesh or knit-based football boots, and the knit and the mesh on these is insane. Like, honestly, incredible. Incredible. They are so comfortable, and they are just, the all-around feeling you get is like no distractions, perfectly seamless across the entire upper. One of the things that I love about this too is look how wide this lacing system area is. Like, it basically goes like 80% of the width of the boot on either side, which means that this middle part right here, which is all knit, gives you so much flexibility and stretch so that you can get the perfect customized feeling. I just want to juggle all day in these. They feel so good on ball. Like one of the best knit uppers that I've felt in a really long time, honestly. Like these are so good. Wow. This is a brand that I was kind of familiar with. Like, I knew some of the products they had put out. I've seen they have like, so I do like Ironman racing triathlon full-time. And well, full-time meaning like basically as much as I did professional soccer, but I don't get paid for triathlon. So that's my like new athletic endeavor outside of what I do for football and football boots. So they have a huge like carbon running shoe. Like they're really big in the running shoe department. And then they're pretty big in the basketball area as well, because I think they sponsor Dwayne Wade, who of course was an amazing basketball player and probably still is. And and potentially a couple other ones. But the football boots, I wasn't as familiar with their football boot lineup. And when Hongbo reached out to me, I was like, oh, these look special. Like these look really, really good. Like they've packed an insane amount of tech into them. And then of course this collab with Koori, who's that store in the Changsha region, like amazing. Colors on point, materials on point. They are so comfortable. Like there's nothing I can say wrong about these, honestly. And I think the way that this boot feels is very similar to like the perfect turf tech upgrade for like a Magista Obra 1, like that, but like even better, like it, or maybe the Tequila version 4. Imagine if Tequila version 4 plus had laces and a carbon plate in the bottom and some like boost technology. Like that's what these feel like. They are like, they feel so, I just want to go play pickup on a turf pitch because these are so good. And if you can pick up a pair or order some and just pay for the import, oh my days. Like I just don't know what else to say. Yeah. Amazing football boots. These are so good in my opinion, and wow. There you go. All right, I'm gonna stop gushing about these because that's gonna wrap up today's video. You will absolutely see a play test of these, no problems whatsoever. Stay tuned for that coming soon. Thank you again to Hongbo, who I mentioned a bunch of times in this review. Really appreciate you sending these out to me and like opening up my world to the whole Ning like kind of era of football boots. Very cool. awesome. I'm so excited to like really get into these and test the crap out of them, break them in, use them for pickup, all that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see y'all in the next video.